Welcome to Simplified Profits. With over 23 years of experience in the stock market, I'm Anthony Calhoun. Just make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, and leave some feedback. Today, we're going to do a real quick update on our transparent account. Made a couple trades today, added to a few positions that we will go over. So, Friday, I broke a rule and entered SOXS, which was short semiconductors. This market's been crazy. And believe it or not, I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on with China and Taiwan, which would crush the semiconductor market. Keep in mind that is where NVIDIA gets their chips made. About 60% of the chips come from Taiwan. And I think it's a matter of time, but needless to say, we entered that and planned on scaling and managing that position. But since shorting the market is something I do not teach, I do not recommend, I don't really believe in. I managed that position today into a profit, and you can actually see that right here. It wasn't much of a profit, but basically we originally had about 100 shares. We entered 50 more at its low, and then when it basically retreated, came back up, we went ahead and locked in. It's not much, about $5, not even a full percentage point on that, but it's a position I wouldn't teach anybody to do, recommend anybody to do, wouldn't have my son do. So I just went ahead and closed it out in this account. If I end up shorting the market, I'll do it one of my other accounts and just kind of keep it. It's very, very high risky, very high risk. So it's nothing I recommend. All right, these are just some of the other trades we've made so far. Keep in mind we lost $10 on GD before earnings because we should have held through earnings with the pop, but I don't like holding through earnings unless it's a long-term stock that I plan on adding to. We should be receiving a dividend sometime this month on that as well. That'll take up for some of that, bring that down to about a 0.5% loss. But that's our trade that we made on SOXS. So you can see that we exited that. And let's jump into where we're sitting right now. I'll show you the positions we're in. One second. All right, so this is where we sit now. As you can see, I went ahead and dropped down. So you can see the different buys. And NLR, we only entered twice that one day. Our total gain is 2.68%. Only 7 shares. It's about 15% of our portfolio. In DRS, we entered some of this today. As it dropped down, and I'm still liking the trend line on the chart. And it was really just kind of hitting that. Didn't really go past it or make me question anything. I do kind of like this as a long-term stock in the defense sector. They're big into lasers, shooting drones out of the sky, and we can see how things are heating up. And we are probably the lowest our level our military has been in quite a while. So regardless, we need. So that is a position I'm sitting on right now, and it is 22% of the portfolio. Realistically, we're at about a wash with it right now, which we was negative a couple percent today, but we added twice, and that, as you can see, kind of broke us even on that so far. DIV, I picked up a little bit more of that just because it's basically almost oversold. Just felt like putting some money to work. So those are what we added today. This is where our position sits. Now, right now, these are long-term positions. I don't usually like my long-term positions being more than 20% of our portfolio. As you can see, this is 22, 32, 36, about 47%. So, but I'm keeping in mind I do have cash hitting the account on Friday, so that'll definitely drop those percentages. And keep in mind we're putting 20% of our income in every pay period to grow the account and trying to compound profits. Right now, let's take a real quick look at the market. I'm not really going to touch on it, but it looks strong, ladies and gentlemen, but I do think we'll see a pullback. That's DIV. And my 200-day moving average, I don't take it into consideration too much if I'm buying something just for income. So this is really just an income position. Not really sweating the 200-day moving average on it. which I've spoke about before I even entered it. But if you look at SPY, I'm hoping we get a pullback in this to the oversold position. If you look at the hourly chart, I'm hoping we're about gassed out on it. I'd like to see a pullback. This could be possible head and shoulders here. But hoping to see a pullback in the market so we can put some money to work. Either in the Dow Jones or SPY. I don't know when we'll see it in chips, even though if you look at the hourly chart, that could be the top of it. So we could see a pullback on that. And it may only pull back to the 20-day moving average, but we'll be watching. And triple Qs are about the same. So patiently waiting to pull back. As much as I'd like to put money to work right now, thing is, don't be patient. Don't overtrade. See this over here, QCOM. I'm kind of salty. I was going to buy this on Friday as well, just because it is oversold and bullish, but I didn't. No big deal. There's always opportunities in the market, so we'll be patient. Maybe in the next couple of weeks, maybe the end of this week or next week, we'll be able to jump in, put some money to work. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think right now we're up 7% year to date. We're trying to hit that every month. So February, we need to be up 14%.